Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today, we have Carlie Mantilla on the show. She's a writer, actress, and comedian, which I'm so excited about because I love funny people, and I've made it an intention that I want more funny people in my life. So thank you for coming on my show.
Thank you so much for having me.
No pressure to make me laugh, okay? But I just feel like, I don't know, life is like, why wouldn't you want to laugh?
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
But there's some people that don't really care to laugh.
Is there?
I feel like there are. Like they don't, right?
Which is crazy. Like yesterday, I was telling you I did mushrooms and I laughed all day and my face hurt. And I was like, my friend was like, when's the last time your face hurt from laughing? I was like, it's been a while.
Yeah.
And it should be more often.
It should be.
Right?
And you know all about that because you used to do stand-up too, which is make other people laugh. It's just such a gift for the audience.
It's such a gift for you, for the person doing it as well. Like when you say something and it hits and that joke lands and people are like, you're like, that is the best feeling in the world. Like, yes, we did it. And then when you say a joke that doesn't land, you're like, I should just go jump out a window. That's the worst feeling ever.
I would think that it would build resilience though. That's like, right?
Yeah. Oh, now when I do like auditions or anything, I'm like, I don't care. It's fine.
So you have a few projects coming out on Hallmark, including a Christmas movie, which I love Christmas movies.
Yes. Yeah, we have 2 Christmas movies and we have in August a movie called Groundswell, which is about surfing and cooking and love.
Oh, I love it.
in Hawaii.
Are they considered rom-coms or what's the genre?
They are considered rom-coms, yes.
Okay. There's a formula to them, right?
There is definitely a formula, yeah.
It's like small town. Are any of them like small?
Small town, someone leaves the town, they got to come back and save the town.
Yeah.
But I will say Hallmark now is like trying to branch out of that.
Oh, they are.
And so we have a gay couple in one of our movies. We have all Latinos in one of our movies. Yeah. So that's been really nice. And they actually, like, we just pitched one that we're doing with them that is about a love between sisters instead of a romantic love.
Oh, that's nice. Because when we were growing up, it was all, the Disney.
Oh, yeah.
And all that, which Disney's also doing a better job about that.
They are
too,
doing
right?
much better. Yeah, they are.
Do you think?
No,
you're in the industry, so you're probably a little more critical.
No, I think they are. I just think that my friend who is gay works for Disney, and like they did not really support that LGBTQ thing that happened. I don't know.
Okay,
do you know what I'm talking about?
There's been so much of that last
much info, but let me talk on it.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what I'm saying. I just know it was upsetting for my friend.
Okay. Okay. Well, today we're gonna talk about love and relationships.
I love it.
Okay, so you're currently engaged.
I am engaged.
Your fiance is John.
Yes.
And you work together.
We do work together.
What?
We write Hallmark movies together.
You write Hallmark movies together. How is that? Do you like working together?
Honestly, we love working together. Yeah. It's actually like one of the easiest parts of our relationship. I think it's where we most just flow and understand each other and bring something different to the table. He's such a good writer and he has made me such a better writer. And I think we just really work well together. Yeah, it's really great.
Well, that's how you met.
Yeah.
Right?
That is how we met. He booked me on a comedy show. And then afterwards, his friend Vanessa was like, come to this bar. And I wasn't drinking at the time. I was like doing a cleanse. So I'm like 7 days into a juice cleanse. I'm like, I'm not going to that bar. But she was like, come. And I was like, I don't know you, but like, I feel like I have to now. And so I went and I happened to sit across from John. And we ended up talking like the whole night. At the time I was in a relationship. So it was just like, wow, I met the nicest guy. Like one of us was like, we should write together sometime. And so we started writing together and we wrote together for 2.5 years before we fell in love.
Oh, so you were friends?
We were friends. We were very good
coworkers. Did you see him? Like when you're writing, is it like Monday through Friday?
Yeah. I mean, we write every day.
Yeah, it's a lot of time to spend with someone. It's a lot of intimate time.
Yeah. And at the time I was in a relationship, I was married. My ex-husband worked all the time. Like he was really trying to start up his, company and stuff. And he was just working all day, every day. And then I had my other writing partner, my old comedy partner, and John. So the 3 of us would get together every day and just hang out every day together.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can we talk about your previous marriage a little bit?
Yeah.
How long were you married for?
So I was married for almost 4 years, but we were together for 10 years.
Okay. Oh, that's a long time to be with someone. So you got together pretty young.
Yeah, we
Like,
did. I mean, for LA, like I felt like a child bride at 31. I was like, oh my God, don't judge me. And 25, I was like in a serious relationship. So that was
yeah.
also kind of crazy because that was not my norm at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that is young for a big
Yeah.
city.
Yeah. So it was great. He's like the best guy. I mean, we were not sexually compatible.
Okay. Did you know that going into it?
No, because no one talks about this, like,
Mm-hmm.
especially with women. I
Yeah.
think if I was a guy and I'm like, oh God, like she don't want to fuck me or whatever,
Yeah.
it would be like, oh, bro, like that sucks, get out. But
Yeah.
as a girl, like our sexual needs don't seem to be as important, I
Yeah.
think, especially, growing up, my generation, it's like no one was talking about that. I don't, in my experience. And so
Yeah.
I just thought, I love you. And so that's what matters,
Okay,
you
got
know?
it. Okay, so from the beginning it was just kind of like that and just accepted, kind of
Yeah,
like
like in the beginning, it was like, I love you, so this sex is good. And then as the time went on, it was like we have very different sex drives. And it's a weird thing. Like, just I know that he can have good sex with someone else. I know I can have great sex with someone else. And together, it was just like not there,
okay.
which is like a thing in other things, right? You're
Yeah.
like, we don't dance well together, or
Yeah.
we don't like the same food. It's like,
Yeah.
we don't fuck well together. And that's okay.
Did you ever go to counseling for that?
We did, and it did help take the pressure off of it
Okay.
because it was just so heightened. And so it helped in that way, and it did get better. And it's not like it was like terrible by any means. It was just something was off for both of us. And I have endometriosis,
Okay.
and I have a lot of like health issues going on down there.
Okay.
So I would have these surgeries, and then I had to be very delicate with sex, and it was already a delicate thing. So it just kind of
Oh.
spiraled. And my ex is such a kind human. He didn't want to like hurt me. And, it was just, it just was tough.
What about the communication between, because with sex, it's good to communicate like what you need or what you want. Did you guys ever do that and try and it just like, it still just wasn't working?
Yeah, we did try, but it was like we just wanted such different things, I think.
Okay.
Like even me saying like the way I talk is like, we should fuck. And that he's like, why do you have to do that? And I'm like, I don't know, because I'm fucking crazy, but that's what I want to say. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So even the style of communication, just everything was off.
So it sounds like you wanted it a little more like hardcore and
Yeah.
he's like the softer one.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah. And I think maybe he would be more with someone else. Like, I just feel like
Yeah, no,
I
I
was so
totally.
intense or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm too intense. I don't know. I was 25 at the time. I'm like, what? Get over here. Fuck me. Like, he's probably like, what the fuck?
Well, I say a lot of females that I know, I think maybe because they're just very capable, high performing, a lot of us, we do like it a little more aggressive.
Yes.
Like I want to go to Pound Town, you know? And we tend to sometimes attract men who are, because there is a compatibility there in that they
Right.
are softer, right? And sometimes you have to communicate or find the middle ground, and maybe sometimes it's just not there.
Right. And it's interesting, like one of the most interesting things I found when I was going through my divorce was that every woman or girlfriend I talked to was like, no, I wish like my husband fucked me more. I wish that he would push me up against the wall. I wish this, I wish that. And it was all these women telling me how they wanted more, and no guys were saying that. And I'm like, okay, so this is the stereotype,
Yeah. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so when it came time that you both decided to go separate ways, did you just have a conversation about it and
Yeah, it was a very
split?
open thing. I mean, he is super open-minded, and we had great communication in general. So I went out to an event with John one time. It was like my best friend. Like I never thought, oh, I would have feelings for this guy ever in a million years. We went out to an event, and that night was just like something was, and the next day I was like, that was weird. Like, why was that weird? Like, and I called my best friend. She's like, I'm in a meeting. I'm like, you need to leave. And I was like, something weird happened. I don't get it. Like, nothing happened, but I just felt so weird about it. And so I went out to dinner with Josh, and I was like, I don't know. I went to that thing with John, and I felt weird, and I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't hang out with him. Like, that was weird. And maybe I have like a little crush on him or something. And my ex was very understanding and was like, I work all the time. You're with him all the time. Like, it's okay. At the time I was like, that's so nice. I felt so embarrassed, and he was so understanding about it, but it just kind of then, I don't know. I think maybe we both knew that it was, but there was so much love. It was by far the most painful. Anyone going through a divorce, I send you so much love. It will get better, but my God, it is so hard.
I can't even imagine. I think especially because you're saying there's mutual respect and he's so kind. I think
Yes.
sometimes that I would imagine would be harder than if he's like a dick and cheats
Yes.
on you. That's a clear answer.
Exactly.
Like, fuck out of here.
I know. I agree. I was like, God, just do something horrible to me, but you're so nice. It's so sad. But we still have a good relationship. Like, we don't really talk regularly because it's too tough, but we saw each other not that long ago and it was just like so nice, and we both wish the best for each other. Okay. So I feel very lucky to have that, but it was the hardest 2 years of my life going through that divorce. Yeah.
What are some things you did to heal during your healing process?
A lot of mushrooms. And those honestly help so much.
I hear that. I haven't done them a ton, and it's always been like just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I have heard, especially if, I'm like a control freak, it's like it opens up your mind.
So much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think I was able to see everything so much more clearly with the mushrooms, with a shaman, like a guided thing, not just on my own. That probably would have gone very poorly. And that was really, really helpful. And also therapy and also crying. I cried so much. I think you got to cry it out, you know? You got to cry it out. Yeah. Release. Yeah. Don't push it down. You got to just let it out. I'm reading a book about that right now from the Surrender Experiment guy. Okay. I forget his name.
I always feel better after I cry. It's usually at the therapist's office.
Yes. Yeah. I know. I always cry at my therapist's office. I'm like, does everyone do this?
Immediately. Yeah. It's very healing.
I know.
Okay. And during this your healing time, like you were friends with John, your current fiance, as friends. So he knew about all this. You talked about all this.
I told him much later, after I had talked to my ex. We were in Palm Springs and his grandma loves happy hour and she took us to get Chardonnay, her and her friend. His grandma is the coolest lady in the entire world, okay? She has this group of friends in Palm Springs and they do happy hour. And then after happy hour, they were like, we should go do slippery nipples at like one of the friends' house.
What's a slippery
It's like a shot. And I don't know what's in it, but it's like butterscotch rum with like cacao. I don't know. Delicious. We'll get you fucked up. Okay. And she's like, I'll make slippery nipples. Like, let's go back. And so she made slippery nipples. We took those. And these women were fine. They're like sober. They're like, we're going to go to bed. John and I are like, oh my God, we're wasted. And then I was like, by the way, I have to tell you something. I think there's a little crush here. And I thought John was going to say like, you're insane. And he said, I have to be honest with you. I'm in love with you. And I have been for a very long time.
God.
I know. I was like, that's crazy.
And this is what, after like 2 to 3 years of being friends?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had no idea he had liked me the entire time. And he played it so well that he would like insult me. So I was like really insecure about like my nail polish colors and like a hat. Like I wore a beanie one day and he's like, stupid beanie. And I never wore it again. And later he's like, oh no, I thought you looked hot. So
that means
stupid.
I love you.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. I just like threw it away after. I'm like, that was stupid.
That's so sweet. I think because you get to know each other on a friend level. I always think that friendship base is so important.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I've never done that before. Were you friends with your husband before?
No, I met him on a corner on Abbott Kinney. But we kind of had a few mutual acquaintance, so he could vet for him. Like, this guy is like salt of the earth. And you kind of just sense too. Like, this is a very kind person.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't had that. But it's always, I used to photograph weddings. But you can tell which couples do have that strong friendship base. I was always very drawn to them.
Yeah. No, it's so nice. He's like, I feel like in other relationships, I would be like kind of the weird one. But like everyone like was like, that's fun and funny, but you're weird. And in this relationship, it's like he's very weird too. So we're like weird together, which is fun, We like do improv together at night and like wear our mouth guards. It's nice.
Oh, I love it. I have a mouth guard too. That's really cute.
Do you wear your mouth guard?
Not all the time though, right?
You have great teeth.
Oh, thank you.
If I don't wear mine, my teeth shift. Yours look perfect.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, mine's for grinding. Yours is the Invisalign?
Yeah, well, it's like for both.
Okay.
But I had Invisalign, I had braces. Did you have braces?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, because your teeth look phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I have a question because you're both funny, you're both quirky, you're both witty, you're writers. Like, as a woman, do you ever find that because you're so funny, like you need your partner to match that?
Thank you, first of all. Yeah, I think that being with someone who makes me laugh harder than anyone else in the world is amazing. He's so funny and he like keeps me on my toes. It's great to be in that same industry too and kind of just understand that world for each other, you know? Because
Yeah.
it's hard when one person's like, I do taxes, and the other
Yeah.
person's like, I'm touring or acting or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a disconnect and it feels like it's just so nice to have someone who fully understands what you're doing.
Do you find that men get intimidated by you because you are very funny and witty and intelligent?
Thank you. Oh my
Do you think?
God, I'm
I feel
coming
like
back. Well, I mean, I feel like if my fiance was here, he would say yes. But I think like I've experienced guys maybe not liking that I'm funny because it's like annoying. Like women shouldn't be able to make you laugh if a guy is,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know, don't overstep kind of
Yeah.
thing, especially like in the stand-up world. There's a lot of really nice people, but there's definitely like some douchey male comics that just like do not like female comics. When I used to do comedy, we had a guitar too. So that's like, it was like, you have a guitar and you're two women. My God.
I mean, do you think it's like they feel threatened?
I think
It has to be.
I
Otherwise,
think
why would they
so
even
because it was
care?
like we would go up there and kill it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Otherwise, why would you even
just-
care?
yeah,
That
I don't
someone's
know.
doing.
I know, and
That's
it's more
lame.
like I feel like it was always like those middle guys who were like just starting, like younger, just starting to blow up guys, and then the older male comics were much nicer and much more secure, and you know,
That's life, though. Like anyone
Yeah.
who is actually successful and doing well,
yes,
they don't give a shit what other people are doing. They're very
100%.
secure, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever get like hater comments online and stuff like that?
When we used to have like YouTube videos, we would get like random, like the first like YouTube video we ever put up, and it was like a while ago. We didn't understand that people were going to be mean. Someone wrote, "I want to rape your dead corpses,"
Oh my
and
god!
we were like, "What?" We were so young, we were so scared. We're like, "Do they mean it?" Like, oh my God. So yeah, after that, I think we turned comments off. Like, okay.
Like some of them are like that, like scary, and then there's some I'm like, damn, that's really mean. But you think about the people who are writing them, right?
I know. I want to do a show. Hear me out. So you have a host and you take like really mean comments that are on people's pages, and then you take whoever, like to say it's a celebrity, you take them, you find where this person lives, you show up with a camera crew, and you're like, their mom answers, and you're like, "Hi, is like Joey here?" She's like, "Oh, he's in the basement." And you're like, "Yeah, we're here to confront him." And then Joey comes out, and you're like, "So Joey, you said that she should blah 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 blah. Why did you say that?"
Yeah.
And can you say it to her face?
Yeah.
And right. And then he's like, "Oh shit." Like catfish meets like, I don't know, Dateline. But
I mean, that's a great lesson because most of these people, especially the younger ones,
Yes.
keyboard warriors,
I know. It's
like in real life, like they don't have social skills in real life. They
Yeah.
would never say that
I know.
to someone's face.
That's why, isn't it? I think the show could work.
It could
If you
work.
could, I don't know how you'd find these people's addresses, but I'm
Right.
sure like an online sleuth could help us.
Okay, so let's talk more about your fiance.
Yes.
What are your favorite qualities about him?
Oh my gosh. Ugh, he's such a nice guy. Well, it's funny because we just did the mushrooms yesterday, so I'm like, just have so much love in my heart for him.
Do you guys like connect while you're on mushrooms?
Yes, my
Okay.
God.
I want to do it with my husband.
I would recommend doing it with your partner. It is so beautiful. And you're just like, God, why? I hate when I'm mean. I love you. You're perfect. You know, it's so nice. He's so thoughtful. He takes such good care of our dog, Zia, and me. And he is so sensitive. And so he's just so aware of people's needs and how to talk to people. And he's so, so, so smart. He knows everything about everything. Sometimes it's annoying, but it's amazing.
Because with everything that you love about someone, there's always like the flip side
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
So being sensitive, sometimes you feel like, oh shoot, I need to like be careful what I say. to him.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And I'm super sensitive too. So it's a learning curve, but I so prefer that. I think it's what makes him he's such a good writer. It's what makes him a great writer.
It's so funny. My husband's the opposite, but I love it just because one of my core values, like, is freedom and that I could show up as me. And I could be very offensive. And I have dated men before who were very sensitive, and there is a very lovely aspect to it, but it was to the point where I felt like I couldn't be me, like I had to tiptoe a little bit too much. And with Pete, he's just so not sensitive that it's refreshing that like he doesn't take things personally.
Totally.
Like, oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
That feels nice on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, no, and that's so important, I think. I feel I'm keep trying to hide my double chin. There we go. It keeps falling. It like wants the camera to see my double chin. Okay. So yeah, I think that that's so important in a relationship, like just taking someone as they are, accepting them, especially once you get married and everything. It's like, they're not going to change. You're not going to change. Like you have to love them. And I think that was something I learned in my last relationship that my ex really helped me learn. And I've gotten really good at that. And I think when I got into my relationship with John, that was still something he was learning. And so he realized like he would want to like control, oh, you're talking to that person. Oh God, but they don't da 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 da. But he realized it's not actually about what you say to that person. It's that I'm insecure in this situation. And so I'm trying to micromanage you because I don't know what to do other than micromanage someone. Yeah. But after he realized that, he was like, no, I never want to do that again and just be yourself. And I love you as you. I fell in love with you because it was just friends, so he loved me for me.
That's great. So, like taking responsibility for self, that's a fantastic quality.
Yes,
versus
definitely.
blame and the control. Yeah, and anytime anyone is trying to control what's around them is because they feel insecure, right?
Yes, exactly.
And you're planning your wedding now?
We are planning our wedding now.
How's that going?
It is going. It's one of those things. I think this probably happens. I don't know if it happened to you where you're like, God, why do people stress like so much about a wedding, right?
Oh, totally.
And it's like, it's in my mind, like, I'm like, I've done like stand-up shows. This isn't like opening night of a play. Like it's just your wedding. It's fine. And now I am like a bridezilla crazy person. I'm like, what plates are we getting? What spoons are we using? Like, and then I'm like, I don't even care. Why do I care? But my cousin is a wedding planner in Mexico City. She's doing so much. She's amazing.
Oh my God. Are you guys getting married over there?
We're getting married in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Oh my God. That'll be fun. Because your family's Mexican, right?
My family's Mexican, yeah.
Are you full Mexican?
Half, okay. But my mom is very, very white from Idaho.
Okay.
But we don't really know her family. So basically, I just have my Mexican family.
Culturally.
Yeah.
So do you speak Spanish fluently?
I do. It's my first language.
Okay. Do people ever, because you look pretty Caucasian. I'm sure you get mistaken for Caucasian. Yeah. So do you ever overhear like cab drivers like talking shit and then you...
Yeah.
And then at the end you like speak to them in Spanish and they're like, oh shit.
I usually like try to jump in early on so that they won't.
Know.
Yeah. I'm like, I can understand you. But yeah, no, that's definitely happened.
Okay. And is your fiance culturally, is he?
He's very, very white.
Okay.
Like the whitest of the white.
Okay.
Boston, like East Coast,
yeah, that's white.
White, yeah. But he is taking Spanish lessons. And,
how cute.
Yeah, and we watch TV in Spanish, so he's learning.
Oh my God, that's cute. Were there any cultural challenges when you like met your family or anything like that?
Yeah, a lot. Honestly, just West Coast to East Coast, like that is such a culture clash. And when I went back east and hung out with his family, who's amazing, when I first met them and everything, it was like, there's like a lot of like silences, like they're at the dinner table and like, they'll just be like a 30-second silence, which I've gotten really used to. And I actually am, now I'm like, I respect that. But at the time I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is so awkward. My family's like always like
it's
5
loud.
people talking.
It's loud. Yeah.
And even California is not really like that. Like we went out with his parents. We ran into this guy, and they're like, "Oh, good day, good to see you, good day," and "Oh, good day." And then we like walked away. I'm like, "Oh, like did you just meet that person?" They're like, "No, that's been like our family friend for like 25 years. He comes to Christmas every year." It's like, what? That was the weirdest interaction I've ever seen. Like, even if it was a stranger, it was weird. So yeah, those little shifts, and yeah,
okay.
I'm kind of the crazy Californian over there.
Yes.
But his parents love me and accept me exactly how I am, which is amazing.
They're
the best.
important.
Yeah. And my family loves John.
Have your parents met yet?
Yes, our parents met. They all get along great.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Has his family been to Oaxaca before?
They have not. They haven't really even been to Mexico. So,
Okay.
and Mexican weddings are crazy. And it's just a very different thing. They're like 13, 14 hours long. It's like a 3-day event. So
God.
they are in for a fun time.
Yeah, I think they'll love it.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Yeah, wedding planning is because I worked in weddings for 15 years. I usually give the advice to people like once it starts feeling stressful where it's not fun, like pull back and ask yourself, like, why am I doing this?
Right.
Because it's supposed to be fun. It's a celebration, right? And sometimes we can get caught up on certain things. You just want it to be nice.
It's like, especially bringing like a bunch of white people over to Mexico. I think that's where the stress is, because I'm like, I don't want them to get Montezuma's revenge. Like, I just want them to have fun. I don't want them to eat like so. And like my aunts like don't speak English, so I'm like, it'll be fine.
When are you getting married?
September 24th.
Nice. Oh, fall is a fantastic time.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's typically the busiest season, actually. It's like, well, I guess it depends on where you are in the world.
Okay.
But September, October, November tends to be busier than summertime.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I would have thought summer. That's interesting.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Well, maybe because, summer's so hot.
Yeah,
like really
that's true.
hot.
And
you need to
places,
think about that.
No, that's
anyone
true.
who's planning a wedding, especially if you want the men in like tuxes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like don't have one in Pasadena in August unless you don't care about your guests and you want them to suffer. All these things to consider. I've seen a lot of weddings, so it helped when it was time for us to plan ours. Like what is worth spending your energy on and money on.
Yes, totally. I know. We have no, but it's just like we just send money to my cousin in Mexico. She's like, I need more. We're like, okay.
Oh yeah, you always spend like double what you plan to, and a good planner is like key.
Yes,
and if she's killing
amazing.
it, she has her team and her vendors, right?
Exactly. No, she's killing it.
What are the most important things to you on the wedding day?
Well, I feel like leading up to the wedding day, getting rid of my double chin that I keep seeing in this camera.
Is it you didn't have it before?
No, I've always had it. I just don't have much of a chin.
That's me too.
Yeah, well, I feel like, but you don't have a double chin. Like you have a beautiful jawline.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But a lot of people, they get the chin filler now.
Really?
You notice that?
Yeah,
a lot of them
but
do
I
that
thought
now.
they got like chin implants.
That too. Oh yeah, that's old school.
Okay.
And then the new one is the filler.
The filler. Okay.
But I don't know. I don't like.
I don't think I've seen anyone with the filler. Does it look good?
It actually does look good.
Does it? Okay.
But I don't like the idea of something. I don't know under the skin. I just don't think it's.
Yeah.
It's not a big enough deal to me. I think to do it. But
it was never a big enough deal to me until like today in this camera. And now I'm like, what is happening? And why is it like so scary? So I'm just gonna go down here. And like everywhere I move, I'm like, it's fine. Anyways.
And then
the wedding. So just basically a good DJ, which we have a great DJ. I think that's so important.
Yes.
And we got really good food. I think that's so important. And just making sure like everyone arrives safely. That's the biggest thing to me. I'm like that everyone gets there, knows what they're doing.
And with this whole COVID thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's been stressful.
It's very stressful.
Do you have any fears about getting married again?
I don't.
That's good.
Yeah. I loved being married. I loved being in that relationship, and I feel very confident. And like I tell John, I will never go through divorce again. So I don't care what happens. I'm not doing that again. It's awful. I think because I'm older now than when I got in the other relationship, it just feels much more secure. Like I know what I want. I know who I am. So I know that this makes sense for me. Yeah. And John takes marriage very seriously, which I think with my last relationship, neither of us really took marriage that seriously. It was more like we eloped. It was kind of like I wanted to do it because I was like, I love you. And he was kind of like, if you want, but like it's not important, So I do find that with the importance that John puts on it, it does make it feel more not real, but just like, yeah, we're doing this and it matters,
So if you can give a women a piece of advice, women who would like to create the relationship of their dreams, what would that advice be?
I think, and I'm sure people say this a lot, and it's like hard to take when it's you wanting that thing, but I find that it's when you're not looking for it. It's when you stop trying, right? It's like the women who are trying to get pregnant so hard and then they stop trying and they adopt and they get pregnant.
Yeah.
It just is so true. I found in my life, it's always when I'm least expecting it that it comes. Neither of these relationships that we talked about was I searching for. They just came to me. And I think it's because I wasn't searching. Also, and just keeping that faith that like the right person will come into your life at the right time. And if it's not right now, it's because you're meant to do something else and learn some lessons before that person comes into your life.
So if people would like to reach out to you or send a DM, see your work, where's the best place for them to see that?
Instagram. I got a TikTok like 3 days ago. I don't know how to use it, and I'm like, it's what the cool kids are doing. Like my fiance's little sister was like, you gotta get a TikTok. I'm like, I don't know what that. Okay.
Oh, you would do so well on it.
Really?
I think comedy does. Yeah,
yeah, comedy, because I post some comedy stuff on Instagram, and my cousin-in-law, AB, was like, you got to do it on TikTok. So anyways, I don't have a TikTok, so there's no point to that story. But I might later. Carlie Andrea on Instagram, CarlieAndrea.
Awesome. I'll put it in the notes below. Actually, can you talk, what are the movies coming out? Because I know there's, I just saw about the Christmas one, and there's another one coming out.
Yeah, so we had Angel Falls Christmas come out last Christmas, and that was starring Chad Michael Murray, and I make a little cameo in there as an undercover angel. It's pretty fun. And we're working on part 2 right now. So that'll be fun. It's a whole new cast other than Chad. He comes back, and that's on GAC, which is a different network. And then on Hallmark, we have, I believe, August 21st coming out, Groundswell, which is the surf. If you like cooking, you like surfing, you like Puerto Rico, you like Hawaii, you will love this movie. Celebrity chef Katie Lee, who hosts not the talk. No, what's that food show where they all?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I don't watch the food shows. I'm like one of those people who are like, you don't like food shows?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't watch them.
Oh, they're so good. But it's one of those food talk shows, and she also has a bunch of cookbooks. She's amazing. She wrote a book, and we adapted that book into a novel. So that is Groundswell, the one coming out. So it has some fun recipes, and Katie Lee makes a cameo. And then some more, we have a few other ones in motion at Hallmark that we're working on, but we're still in script mode.
Awesome. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming on today and giving some great nuggets and advice to women and sharing your story too.
Oh, of course. I hope it's helpful. I know how difficult it can be, especially going through the divorce. Yeah. I just was like, anyone who like understands me or understands what I'm going through, please just like come give me a hug. So I am sending you a hug. If you are going through a divorce, I am so sorry. It does get better. Healing, everything happens for a reason. Timing. I love you. And thank you so much for having me on.